Are we here? I'm just double dog checking. There we are. So you just saw firsthand why it's so important that you subscribe below. It is because we use a middleman called Streamlabs, and it's a slow and steady start. Usually I have 3 to 5 false starts before we get going. And if we can get 1,000 subscribers below, then that goes away. So please, 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 right this moment, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. That helps immensely. So it is a very bright and sunny day here, and I bring my hands to my heart. I invite you to do the same as we come together for this very special autumn Sunday satsang and yoga practice. So together we just take a few deep breaths. I invite you to lift the corners of your lips and allow your nostrils to flare. And simply receive the glory of this breath. Sometimes, with so much going on in our worlds and in life, it's difficult to access the glory. It's difficult to access the grace. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep breathing, keep focusing your attention on your exhales to release the tension, the holdings, the stories. Together we exhale and send the breath down and out the body. And we inhale to the crown of the head. Audible sigh. Inhale to the crown. Audible sigh. Inhale to the crown. One more. We come together with our student teacher prayer, sending the breath from the crown of the head down and out the body to the belly of the earth. We inhale and draw the breath in and up to the crown. Call and response. Om, Om, Sahana, Sahana, Vavatu, Vavatu, Sahanao, Sahanao, Bhunaktu, Bhunaktu, Saha, Saha, Viryam, Viryam, Karavavahai, Karavavahai, Tejasvi, Tejasvi, Navadhitam, Navadhitam, Astu, Astu, Mavidvisha, Mavidvisha, Vahai, Vahai, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om. The power of mantra just to bring our bodies and our nervous systems back into balance, into regulation, is magnificent, really. So today, I simply want to plant a few seeds for the season. So if you, like me, are in the northern hemisphere, then you are experiencing some element, some quality of autumn at this time. If you are in the southern hemisphere, then this is the time for spring. And interestingly, through the lens of Ayurveda, much of that remains the same. So this is a season of what we call high vata, high wind. So I want us to not get really heady, for we're going to take this into our practice, but I'm going to give you some practical pieces that you can take with you into your life. First of all, when we look through the Vedic lens, we recognize that what's happening in the universe also happens within us. So, as Dr. Vasant Lad so frequently would say, I am the world and the world is me. So what I see happening in the climate, what I see happening in the cultural climate, in the climate of my family, right, in my environment, whether it's in my body or in my home or in my community or in my state or country or planet or the universe at large, all of these pieces are interplayed, are interfacing. They are interplaying. And so with that, we want to remember that we come from fullness, we exist in fullness, and we return to fullness. This is what we do. This is how we are interplaying with this grand scheme of things. And when we really know this and feel this, then we also recognize that when something happens, when we show up a particular way, or when someone else shows up a particular way in our lives or in the world, we don't have to attach this grand story to it. We can simply see it as energy rather than attaching something to it that gives it a quality of this, not that, or that, not this, black, not white, right, not wrong, moral, not immoral, red, not blue, good, not bad. Because it is those labels that shut down our cellular intelligence, because in some way that is comparison to another. So when we are able to see what happens in ourselves, others, and the world as just pure energy, and it doesn't mean I don't have some response to it. It's not a statement of enlightenment necessarily. Trust me. I'm far from that, right? But what I can say is that it gives us a freedom, and it taps us in to an absolute happiness that we are able to access at all times. So what does this have to do with autumn or with any season of change? Well, when we recognize that we are part and parcel of this grand universe, we can see what we can do within to subtly make adjustments, shifts, transitions in order to literally be able to be grounded and rooted, going with the flow, connected and transformational, inspiring, and able to see everything as part and parcel of the whole. So what I just did is I walked you through the 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and ether. You may not have known it, but that's what we're wanting to do, is to feel our physical bodies, our lives, our internal landscape, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, as interconnected to this great universe, so we don't have to carry the burdens, and we don't have to carry the life experiences of others. We don't have to carry our burdens, ni in Spanish, nor do we need to carry the burdens of others. And this is huge. We just get to be with them. Your being is your greatest offering. Your being, your state of being, is the greatest contribution you'll make in this world. We don't see that when we look at everything only through the capitalistic patriarchal lens. So what does this have to do with our bodies? So what's happening now in autumn, and especially for those of you who are 50 years or older, so I'll say that, because you're already in the Vata time of life, you're already in the air time of life, or if you've gone through major transition, or if you have a constitution that looks a lot like mine, thin lips, thin hair, little bones. I'm not going to talk about fat on the body so much, but little bones, right? Tiny girth of wrist, right? Skin easily movable, right? My skin is always loose on my body, always has been. Long face, right? Again, thin lips, a creative, an artist, long feet, long fingers, right? Any of these things, and I'm just describing Vata, right? Fine hair. These things, these qualities, tending toward being dry skin, dry hair, dry digestion, constipation, insomnia, anxiety, nervousness, fear, uncertainty, ungroundedness. Any of these qualities are describing Vata out of balance. So the word constitution, when I use that word, I'm speaking actually about one's dosha through the lens of Ayurveda, the sister science to yoga. And here's the catch. Here's the catch. Dosha means imbalance. I am as in Mary. Out of balance. It means when you showed up on this planet, if you're perfect, you're whole, you're complete. But if you've got a lot of something that's going to eventually become an excess, it's highly likely that it's going to come as your dosha, right? Dosha is saying you've got a constitution that you've come to this planet within this body. For me, it's Vata. Olive oil. Think olive oil. Not olive oil that you put on food, or, not the aceite, the oil that you use, but olive oil like Popeye's girlfriend. Right? When that's out of balance, we all have 2 constitutions essentially. We have 3, but there's a primary and then there's a secondary for most of us. There's very few of us that are tridoshic. Most people who think they're tridoshic are actually just non-committal. So Vata, air, is very high during seasons of change, during spring and fall. So how this shows up in our bodies, number 1 is it affects the system of the nervous system. It affects your nervous system. So that results in a heightened sensation of pain. Joint pain, muscle pain, right? That's how you know it. When Vata's out of balance, when I move my body around, and I'll tell you right now, Vata's out of balance, When Vata's out of balance, when I move my body, I feel pain. I also notice dry cuticles, dry lips, dry hair, dry skin, dry digestion, dry muscles, which means my muscles feel like I can't move them through the range of motion that I would like, or I go through a shorter range of motion before I reach a moment of pain. And dry mind means it's brittle, right? Means it's the range of real comfort as far as what I can do, what I can think, what I can feel is limited. I have a limited range of motion, mental motion. This is what happens, and it's natural as part of the season because everything is in flux. Everything is changing. The season is shifting. Now, for those who live in the Pacific Northwest or who live in rainy, wet climates, this is highest, Vata is highest when we are pre-heavy wet rain. If you live in a dry, hot climate like Arizona, you're going to have high fire and high air. It's going to be dry and hot, dry and hot, dry and hot. And then in the winter, in places like Cottonwood or even in Scottsdale or Tucson, Phoenix, in the winter, it's going to be dry cold. So dry is the constant. I live at 7,000 feet above sea level here. Dry is a constant. There's rain, but it comes in waves of transition and transformation. So I look at that within my body and I notice, okay, do I feel anxious? Do I feel ungrounded? Is my digestion erratic? Are my emotions inconsistent? Do I feel like a hummingbird or like a mouse, like energy, like this, like this, like this, versus a cow eating grass, right? The energy within me. How do I feel that? Are my cuticles dry? Are there weird ridges in my nail bed this way? Like if I lay my nail this way, right? If there's ridges this way, right, along the length of the nail, that's fire out of balance. If I'm here and I feel bumps and lumps in my nails when I touch from the nail bed out to the tip of the nail, if that feels wavy, that's Vata. Skin, hair, pain in the body, all of these things. Okay, so what do we do? First of all, the main thing that we do is recognize that we're not dying, we're not getting old, we're not sick. We make a mental shift and we see it as energy. That's number one. That's important. It helps ground the nervous system. Number two, we decrease in our lives, in our activities, what we put in our body, what we put on our body, and what we do with our body. We decrease mobility because that is Vata, that is air. So I look at what is already active in the universe and how do I bring that, how do I decrease those qualities in my life? So how do we do that? We don't want to bring in things that are dry into our diet or into our lives. So what does that mean? So in a perfect world, and it's not perfect, we're going to do what we can do, right? In a perfect world, we wouldn't eat things like crackers. We wouldn't eat a lot of dry baked goods like cookies and hard crusty breads. And we wouldn't eat a lot of crispy, cool foods like raw vegetables or even juices, because juices are agitated, right? That's movement. We also would tend to be a little bit cautious about bringing in foods that are heating. Now there's a difference between heating and warming. When I say heating, I mean things that are acidic, that are vinegary, fermented, just at this time. We can do that later. Once it gets wet and cold, that's different. Now it's dry and transitioning, right? So we want less vinegary foods. We want less salty foods. We want less fermented foods. We want less picante foods, spicy, pungent foods. But we want warming foods. So what are warming foods? Warming foods are sweeter and oilier by nature. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are warm to the touch. They're warming systemically, but they can be warm to the touch as well. In other words, if that bread comes and you really want that crusty bread, take out the inside. Put that in foil and warm that, or warm the whole piece of bread, the whole loaf, and take out the warm inside and add oil to it. Olive oil, ghee, clarified butter. So these are some of the things you can do. So first you want to decrease what there's an excess of. Then, secondarily to that, you want to increase the things that are going to ground you. So add more oil to your diet and to your body. More coconut oil, more sesame oil, more olive oil. Give up all things cold and icy for a while. Cold and icy for a while. Now I say that, but it's a balance, right? Find your way. Oil my physical body. Let my movements become more steadfast, less erratic. Regulate my day. Rise at the same hour each day if I can. Ideally, at or before 6 a.m. is ideal. Go to bed no later than 10 p.m. is ideal. Create that container of regulation where there's not erratic motions in the physical body. Let your physical activities be juicier, slower, and steadier. Bathe instead of shower. Apply oil to your whole body. Sesame oil, sesame blended with coconut oil. During these early stages, then you just go to sesame in the winter. These are just some ideas. You can use cream, literally cream that you buy to drink or to put in a dessert. You can use that cream. You can use coconut cream or real cream to moisturize your face, to wash your face. Use less things like soaps and shampoos. Just rinse the body off in a bathtub. Submerge yourself. Wash your face with cream, whole cream, not cold, room temperature or warmer. Drink warm water with lime. Right? All of these things are ways in which that you can make those adjustments to air being out of balance. It's a lot of information, but I want you to know that you are part and parcel. Remember, you are part and parcel of this grand universe. And when you notice what's going on in your body is only a reflection of the world at large. And so we want to turn our attention within and be aware of that. When we feel out of balance, agitated, irritated, ungrounded, not sleeping well, there are simple practices. Any of these things are like knocking one domino over and affecting the whole, and that's what we want to do. Okay. Now I'm going to take you into a practice that I'm calling a juicy, gentle flow. This juicy, gentle flow is for us to move our bodies freely and gracefully. To move our bodies in a way that moves energy, moves agitation out and brings grounding and deep transformation in. We want to settle the nervous system above all else. All right? So I'm going to play some music for this class. You can find our way to our mats. If you're not there already, make those adjustments. See how we do here. Get a little speaker going. Go. There we go. All right, we find our way to our mats. Lower ourselves down onto our back sides. You also might notice your joints are creaking and cracking. That's part of Vata season as well. Lower ourselves down onto our back sides. Reach our arms above our heads. Let the knees circle around and about. Figure 8 the knees. Ground our feet to the earth. Shifting from side to side. Long, deep breaths. Flaring nostrils. So your asana practice may also be more mobile, but in a wringing out sort of way, in a juicy sort of way. We ground through the feet, we lift our tail. Rolling the shoulder blades under the back side of the body. Feeling the gentleness of that lift and release. And then I release the tail, send my heels up to the sky. Walk my arms up along the backs of the legs. And just simply allow my body to find a subtle shift here. I let the head reach side to side. I hold on to the backs of those ankles. Opening up the backs of the lungs. As if I can breathe directly into the backs of my lungs. Release down. I reach my arms between my legs, wrap around to my heels, hold my heels, and I'm going to roll in and through happy baby. Take it all the way to one side, in and through the midline, and all the way to the other side. I press those heels up skyward. I reach my arms up and over my head. Again, I lift the upper soft palate, the roof of the mouth, and allow my hips to shift side to side. Gentle shifts here. And I'm going to reach one leg out along the floor, one leg up to the sky. Rotate the ankle on that floor leg. Bring that leg back up. Take the opposite leg down, down, down. Roll through that ankle. Bring both of those legs up. Lift the hips and release. Lift the hips and release. Big yawns and stretches. These are great ways to practice when the body feels achy. And as we're ready, we're just going to take a pause. Let the toes turn in. Let the knees rest against each other and bring your hands to the low belly. Inhale and exhale here. Navel center draws in, shift and rise on up. And then as you're ready here, go ahead and allow the crown of the head to weigh heavy, back of the neck is long. Forward folds are incredibly good for this time of year. Allowing the crown to weigh heavy, back of the neck is long. Just staying with that, feel that release. Hold into that forward fold a moment. Crown of the head weighs really heavy, back of the neck is long.
Follow the sun.
Exhaling out the mouth. The hips shift side to side here.
Rise with me. I will be.
Soften through the knees and we slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time.
I will be.
Roll the shoulder heads up towards the ears, send them back and down. Forward, up, back and down. Two more as such. Forward, up, back and down, and one more time. Forward, up, back and down. We ground through our feet. We bring our hands to our hips, and we roll through the belly.
By the ones who circle round to send you by.
Reverse the direction.
We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth.
We're going to inhale, raise the arms up.
It is time now.
Circle the
It
arms.
is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the west.
Reverse the arms.
It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
Big inhale here.
This great
Let the
turning
thumbs
we shall learn to
cross,
lead
the
in
index fingers extend, and all remaining fingers cross.
We shall be known by
Feel that
the
nice inhale here.
by the
Thumb lines
ones who
rise up.
circle round to tend these.
Release those arms, bring them hands back and behind, open
We
through heart
shall
center
be
here.
known by the ones who sow and reap.
We
the
just
seeds
shift our
of
weight
change
side to side.
alive from deep within the earth.
Figure eight the
It
hips.
is time now.
Ah.
It is time now that we thrive. It
opposite arm under and wrap. Full deep breath.
By the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these paths.
Head is
Shall
heavy.
be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth.
We come to the top of our mat. Release the
It
arms.
is time now.
Float the arms.
It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves.
Big inhale
into
here.
the
Glide
way.
shoulder blades down the back side.
It is
Inhale.
time now, and what a time to be
Soften through the knees and melt down, melt
Turning,
down,
we
melt
shall
down.
learn to lead in love.
Round of the head,
In
releasing.
this great turning, we shall learn to lead in.
Holding this forward fold
In
again.
this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
As you're ready, go ahead and walk your feet back. Both feet back. Release the knees down lower, all the way to the belly.
And the devil will come
Elbows come below the shoulders. Shift the weight.
Who do you think you're fooling? I'm a consecrated girl.
Big deep breaths. Rib cage, side to side.
Oh, my mama loves me. She loves me. She gets down on her knees and hugs me. Yeah, she loves me like a rock. She rocks me like the rock of ages. She loves me.
Walk our hands on back underneath our rib cage. We rise up, tail rises. Arms reach out long.
And the devil will call my name. And I say, who do you think?
Roll across the brow.
I'm a consecrated woman. I can snatch a little purity. My mama loves me. She loves me. She gets down on her
We
knees
hook the
and
toes
hugs me.
under, walk the
Yeah,
hands
she
back.
loves me like a rock.
Shift the weight to the
She rocks me
feet.
like a rock
And let the arms reach out long.
She loved me, loved me, loved me. If I was the president, and the Congress on my name,
Rise on up. Bring the forearms into the knees, opening it up through the crown.
Was the president, I got the presidency. Ooh, I'm up on the presidential podium. My mama loves me, she loves me. She gets down on her knees and hugs me.
Let your
Yeah, she
jaw,
loves
your mouth
me like
open
a
wide,
rock.
squeeze down.
She rocks me like the rock of ages. She loves me. She love me, love me, love me.
Arms between the knees, brow is heavy.
She love me, love me, love me, love me.
So when we close the front line of the body and we just close that on in, we're feeling that deep internal connection. Inhaling and exhaling. Tail slowly rises. Coming back into another forward fold. You might find how the dryness of the muscles is beginning to moisten, allowing for greater range of motion. So it's really less and less. Always your practice becomes less and less about a particular technique and more about how you bring your yourself into balance from the inside first, because this is the vessel, this is the vehicle you've been given. Slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Interlace those fingers back and behind the body and open through heart center here. Feeling how we draw the breath fully and completely into the front side of the lungs. We then step ourselves to the top of our mat. And we're going to ground through that left foot. Allow the right foot to rise. Roll through that right ankle. If you need to hold on to something for balance, that's all right. Just use it as little as is necessary. Spreading and releasing toes. And then reach that right foot back. The top line of the toes turning under. The front line of that right hip opening. There's a lift in and up through the belly. The arms float skyward. Bend and extend through that left knee 5 times. Slow and steady. Draw that right knee in and up. Again, if you're holding on to something like a wall or something, it's all right. Roll that ankle again. Reversing the roll of the ankle. And then see if you might bring that foot back in toward the buttocks. Just snug it on in. And again, we're just going to bend and extend through that base leg 5 times. Slow and steady. We gently release that right foot down. We open the feet up just a bit. We bring our hands to the crest of the hips and we roll through the low belly. We reverse that direction. Look down at the feet to see that they are equal, relatively, mirror images of one another. And then I open through heart center here, close my eyes, and I feel my body ever so gently hover forward and back. Just the sweetness of this. Facing up. As we're ready now, go ahead and float the left knee in and up. I just lift it barely, and then I'm rotating through my ankle, through my toes. toes turn under, so the toenail side of the foot is touching down. This just gives a big wringing out expansion through the whole front line of that back foot and into the shin. I might bring my hands to my hips here, and I just bend gently and extend through that right knee. I'm just going to slowly float and bring that knee on in and up. Snug that knee on in toward the heart center. If I need to hold on, I hold on to something here, a wall. And I bend and extend through that base leg. If the calf really starts to grip, that's an indication that it's better if I just hold on to something so I can allow for that to relax a little bit. Take that foot back in toward the buttocks if I can reach for it. If I can't reach it, never mind. I can be here just as easily. Taking those 5 little dips in the right leg, feeling that strength and balance in and through the right leg. And then the right knee floats. I bring that right foot down and I open through the feet. And I'm just going to relax the toes in figure 8. My pelvis, hands at the heart. Figure 8ing the pelvis. Every one of us shines. We shine like diamonds in the sun. Every one of us. Release those arms down. I want to continue to feel as though the crown of my head is lifting upward. I'm going to slowly and steadily walk those feet back together. Big toes closer than the heels. Bring my hands into the heart center. Feel the energy rise in and up the body on the inhale. And then as I exhale, feel the muscles relax as the energy continues to ascend up and out through the crown. Inhale, draw the breath in and up through the belly of the earth, through the marrow of the bones, skyward, skyward. And then as I exhale, relaxing muscles. It's like pouring cream over the whole body, energy ascends. Together, both arms rise as we inhale. Let them glide right along the side of the body. Exhale, we forward fold. Crown of the head weighs heavy, back of the neck is long. We feel into this forward fold again. Long enough. If at any time in these practices you just want to hang out somewhere, just hang there. As we're ready, we inhale, eyes gaze forward. We're going to exhale and walk the feet back. Release the knees down onto the earth. We lower all the way to our bellies. Interlace the fingers back along the buttocks. Lift up through the heart center. Keep those toenails touching down. Simply, steadily inhaling and exhaling. So there's a subtle lift of the crown and contraction in the back muscles as I inhale. It's as though I'm filling my lungs like a hot air balloon is filled with air. settle back in a wide-legged child pose here for a moment. Crown releasing. Allow the brow to touch down. Every exhale here, with the brow touching down, is that opportunity to give your body release. It's a warm oil bath, this practice, a warm oil bath. It's wonderful to warm the body, but then be willing to take moments to rest and do nothing. Even amidst what I offer, you can keep coming to those moments where the body comes to rest again and again. Now from this place, walk the hands back just to the outside of the knees. And from the brow, roll up to the crown of the head. Hook the toes under so you use them as anchors. Just roll back and forth. Then we'll rest at the highest point of the head. We'll stay here. Not too far back, not too far forward. We shift back, let the weight fall toward the heels. Rise. We shift back again onto our feet. Perhaps you sit back, perhaps you just stand on your feet. Perhaps you're fully seated. You bring the thumbs to the brow. Always breathing deeply. Really always in prayer.
May always be happy and free. May always be happy and free. Loka sumasta sukino bhavantu.
The more you have moments of pause,
Loka
silence, the better.
sumasta.
If you slip out and slip away and lose track of what I'm offering, all the more power to you. Release the hands to the earth, the tail rises, coming into that forward fold again. Ground through the feet, navel center draws in and up as we rise.
And we shine like diamonds in the sun. Every one of us,
Roll shoulder heads.
every one of
We're just
us.
going to walk midway, essentially, to the mat. Ground through the left foot, let the right knee come in and out. Balance, and just take a play of balance here. Anything goes. You can be right here, close to the earth. Slow and steady, both feet to the earth. No rush to get to the other side. We ground then in and through that second foot. We float and rise. Anything goes, it's just an exploration. You can feel in your body, your nervous system is coming down.
And we shine, and we shine, we shine, and we shine on.
We ground through both feet.
We shine,
Hands to the heart center, figure eight the pelvis.
we shine on. And we shine, we shine, we shine, and we shine on.
Step to the top of the mat again.
And we shine, and we
Big toes
shine,
closer than the heels.
shine, and we
Releasing the arms down along the side body. Just feeling how the heart center is lifting you up.
And we shine, and we shine, we shine, and we shine on.
We shine and we shine and we shine on.
And we shine, and we shine, we shine, and we shine
We
on.
bring those hands in and through to the heart center. Exhale, we sit on back. We reach the arms out and along the side body. Lay the belly down. Walk the rib cage out closer to the knees, arms reaching back. Let those arms reach out long in front. And then we forward fold. Crown of the head weighs heavy. Back, the neck is long again. Come right into that soothing, grounding, nourishing forward fold again. Cooling the digestion. All life's experiences. We inhale, eyes gaze forward. We're going to step the right foot back. And then let that right knee release down. Release the top of the right foot. So I simply want to come into my exhalation however I'm able. Continuing to release here. Walk both hands to the inside of that left foot. Just going to inchworm that left foot a little bit further to the outside and perhaps walk it slightly further forward so I'm sure that my knee is over my heel or even slightly in front. I just don't want my knee over my toes. And then I see how it feels perhaps to just lower down to my forearms. My body weight might want to fall to the outside of that pinky edge of the left foot. It's okay. It's not good nor bad. Just choose consciously. If you want to choose feeling that full left foot grounded, you can do so. If you want to allow that knee on the left side to splay to the outside, if that feels better on your hip or low back, all is well. Walk my hands back up. Hands are slightly behind toe line of the left foot. And I'm just gonna turn ever so subtly into that left leg. I release and come out. I hook the back toes under, and then I shift and rise. Come all the way back in and through the midline. Let the toes turn in, and I come to the center point here, allowing the crown of the head to weigh heavy. The back of the neck is long. Just feeling into a wide-legged forward fold. I can keep my hands grounded if that feels best, or I may be able to release down to my elbows. Perhaps bending and extending through the knees. All the while, there's a juiciness. There's a juiciness to the practice. Walk both of my hands to my right foot. Maybe my left elbow will rest down. Here I am, reaching to the right. I soften then through the knees. Bring my arms back in and through center. Take a pause at center before I go to the other side. Maybe 3 breaths. So no rush to get to the next. There is no next. We're just right here. Hover on over to that other side. Back to the midline again. Find that center point. Turn the heels on in and sit back. Walk the elbows up to the knees. Hold this openness here. Feel how your body weight is grounded through both feet. You're using the elbows to both press and lift you up, and also to open the knees gently. We then walk the hands to the thighs, sink, press, and rise. We're going to turn those toes forward. Slide the left arm down the body, right arm rises up. And I'm just going to reach up and over to that left side. I'm not sinking into this arm at all. I bring the hand to the crown of the head, lift myself back up, melt that right arm down. So a juicy flow it's erotic. And what I mean by erotic, I mean it's engaging all of the 5 senses. This is the root of that word. It doesn't mean it's necessarily sexual. Erotic, to live erotically, is to live fully engaged with the 5 senses. What we see, what we feel, what we hear, what we taste, what we smell. Feeling into this here. And then I bring that hand back to the outer line of the crown and rise up. Roll shoulders. There it is. Now I'm just going to go ahead and walk to the top of my mat again. Ground through my feet and bring my hands into my heart center. 5 breaths. Audible sigh. ascending, arcing, sitting back into that chair pose again. Let the arms go along the side body. Low belly rests on the thighs. Arms reaching out long, sitting on back.
Walk with me, I'll tell you 1,000 stories.
Forward folding.
Long ago, given to the earth. These mountains tall, they are my only ones in this town.
Inhale, eyes gaze forward. Left leg steps back. Release that left knee down to the earth. Release the top line of the toes. I want to feel as though my weight is subtly forward of that left knee. So if I've not opened through the front of my hips much over the years, I'm going to feel that pressure more on the kneecap than on the base of the thigh. So I just want to keep supporting that back knee if I need to put a pillow or a blanket underneath it. And I allow my breath and gravity to release.
Rise up, my sisters, rise up. We are the water, the sacred cup.
We bring both hands to the inside of that right foot. We inchworm that right foot a little bit more to the side and subtly forward. Perhaps you want to stay here, perhaps you want to release to your elbows. Again, the knee is just not over the toes, it's behind the toe line. If you want to press through the fullness of the foot here, you can. If you want to fall to the pinky edge, however you want it.
Singing from your heart and from your soul. I see.
Gradually rise up. Bring my hands again under my shoulders. And I'm just ever so gently going to lean in to my right. I'm going to rotate into my right knee rather. As we're ready here, I'm going to hook those back toes under. I'm going to come on back to where I came from. And I'm going to step that foot back into a down dog. I'm going to pedal my feet. You're welcome to bend through the knees. We press firmly through the hands. The points of the elbows are spiraling toward the shin bones.
She moves the waters and dances with the heavens. In your eyes I see her say alright. In your eyes I see the giver of this life.
Rise high to the balls of the feet. I'm going to release my knees down. Very gently, just settle here, rooting through my hands. So the way we get better at anything is to go there. You just keep practicing it. So you may find that with the down dog, you need to just keep going into it. You may find that you need to do that with your warrior 1 or your warrior 2 or your yogi style push-ups. Anything. A simple seated pose to sit in meditation. How do I get my knees to release down? You go there and you let gravity have her way with you. We're going to roll through the belly here, just rounding. Crown, pubis moving toward one another, and then inhale, feel the expansion, that opening. We exhale and round again. As I round, my body weight settles back toward my heels. I could lift my paws. I just say that so that you know that you don't need to have full weight on those hands. By distributing your buttocks back towards your heels, you take the weight off the front line of the body. Release again. From here, we're going to cross the funny ankle over, if you can, the one that feels weird. Right, and if it's here for you, you're going to sit back on your heels and let your legs come forward. If you already know that's not going to work, just sit back for a moment as far as you can and breathe. And then come back out, and however you need to get those legs out in front, take yourself there. So extend those heels out long again, that opening through heart center. We're going to float those arms up nice and high, full inhale. As you're ready here, we're just going to fold over the front line of those legs. Come to the breath. Feel how as you inhale, you can lift the heart center up and away, and then exhale and bow down over those legs again and again. Reach your feet. It's best you come to the pinky edge of the feet and draw that back. Press the ball mound of the foot forward. Press the toe mound upward toward the sky. That gorgeous new moon, seed planting moon, super moon. As you're ready, we rise up. We're going to press the heels out long. You're here still. We're going to float those arms up and above the head. I'm going to reach the arms out long. I'm going to keep my heart center lifted, tuck the chin gently, and slowly lower myself down. Slow and steady, spine long. Tremble. Arms rising skyward. Inhale. We're going to lift upward toward the heavens and release down. Lift upward toward the heavens. Shoulder blades off of the earth and release down. Upward toward the heavens. Shoulder blades release down. Lift upward toward the heavens. And release down. This time I'm going to bring my arms along my side body, tuck the chin, Slowly rise, rolling, keeping the feet on the ground, best I'm able. Arms rise up, arms out in front of the body, tuck the chin, heart center remains elevated. Releasing. Let the head just roll side to the side. 2 feet fall to the outside. As you're ready, bring those knees on into the heart center. Send the heels up to the sky. The arms reach up. So shoulder blades are lifting up and off of the earth here. We just feel this nice lift. Inhaling and exhaling here. We snug the knees into the heart center. We're going to let the shin bones take us out along the horizon. Press and rise. Bring the knees into the heart center. Reach out a bit. Draw the knees into the heart center. Reach out a bit. So think about an eagle or a great blue heron taking off. One more time. And then as you're ready, just simply allow your legs to cross however they feel best. And allow your torso to fall forward. So just holding that gentle forward fold.
In the silence of your mind, close your eyes.
We slowly rise. We extend the left leg out in front. Crossing our right foot over, we float the left arm up to the sky. We let that left arm wrap around that right knee. Heart center lifting. Feeling an opening through the back of that right hip.
Soul sister,
I feel how my heart center rotates around and behind.
Soul sister, though this water is wide. Oh, sister, this grief and
Bring it all the way back in and through. We just flow it here.
And I will see you through the other side. Soul sister,
The right leg come out long.
I know the earth.
Left foot crosses, right arm wraps.
Soul sister,
Left hand behind.
you are strong and wise. Oh, sister, what can I say? I am here with you, and I will see you through the other side.
As you're ready, we come to a seat. We cross the strange leg in front, or on top if it so is. It's all right if you want to hoist up your buttocks on a cushion. Right. We bring our hands to our knees. And I'm just opening here, feeling a stretch into the whole body. I want the practice to be increasingly juicy, essentially juicy, grounding, gentle and power invoking.
So, sister, I so believe.
As we're ready, we're going to take our hands together, rub the hands together.
So, sister, you are strong and wise.
You just wash the face up and back over the brow. Wash the face up, back, and over the brow. Moving the energy up
I am here,
and back.
and I will see you through to the other side. Oh, hold up your hands and crumble to the earth. Whatever it takes for you to thrive. Your body
One hand come
flows
down,
like a river
opposite arm up and over.
flows, and she will see you through to the other side.
Wrap toward it. Rise. Other side. Wrap toward it.
Your body
And
knows
rise.
like a river flows, and she will
Those palms face up.
the other side.
Take 3 breaths here. And then as you're ready, go ahead and lower yourself down onto your backside. Just receiving, corners of the lips lifting, nostrils flaring.
What a day, glorious. Gather round. There's nothing better than a friend.
Open your feet a little wider.
Oh, what a day, glorious. Smell of rain has hitched a ride upon the wind. I've got good friends to the left of me and good friends to my right. Got the open sky above me and the earth beneath my feet. Got a song inside my heart that's singing all like a sea. Oh, what a day. Oh, what a day, glorious. All the clouds have gathered round the tops of trees. Oh, what a day, glorious. Pitter patter, falling rain, I can't believe. All that's green lifts up its leaves, singing water, come on in. We've been waiting all these days, praying you would come to quench every yearning in our bones. Water with your life begins. Oh, what a day. Is believing.
Bring our hands to our heart center.
Has wings of faith.
our feet toward our hips.
Oh, what a day, glorious. Deep in the night, we had a raccoon robbery.
As we're ready, we roll to the right side.
Bitter bang, little boys have left their footprints all around. Bitter bang, evidence some fruit has fallen to the ground. Bitter bang, sings my heart like the thought of what's to come. What a day.
Press ourselves up to a seat.
Oh, 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 is leaving. Oh, as the wings of faith. Oh, is a clear river of receiving. All is well. Ooh, this is a friendly mystery. All is well. Ooh, this is a friendly mystery. Oh, what a day, glorious. Under the sky, we slept last night, just you and me. Oh, what a day, glorious.
And bring the hands together to the heart center.
It's almost
As you and I come to completion in this practice, may we remember that our hearts are connected. May we remember that we have good friends to the right of us and good friends to the left. May we remember that all is well, and this is a friendly mystery. We send the breath from the crown of the head down and out the body to the belly of the earth. We inhale again. In our closing mantra, call and response. Om Purnamida, Om Purnamida, Purnamidat, Purnamidat, Purnamudachate, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnasya, Purnamadhaya, Purnamadhaya, Purnamaveva, Purnamaveva, Shishyate, Shishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Hari Om. Hari Om. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember that I'm here. You can email me anytime, britt@brittbsteele.com, to tell me how practice was for you, to make requests for practices. for particular things. I'm just right here. I love you. You are loved. Please make sure you subscribe below if you have not done so. Thank you so much for your time and heart space. May you be grounded. May you be well. Big love to you. Om.